What's going on, guys? It's the Bigs Podcast, episode number 197, and this is going to be the Week 15 review. It was the long week. It was a wild one, and we have got some stories to tell. With me tonight, Jason Ashby. Jason, how you feeling tonight, my friend?
I am glad that week is over. Oh, that was a trial.
No doubt.
um, yeah, but it was a fun week. I had a weekend in Kansas City. I saw Josh Haber, our reigning champion. So I had a good time there over the last weekend. So it was a nice break. It was a nice break for a few days, getting away from the bigs for a minute and just focusing on other things. And now
Mhm.
ready to kick off the second half and get going.
Let's dive into this thing and start with Ben Nisman, who gets his 11th straight week without being beaten. It is a 12-7 victory over Costas Paragas. On Sunday, Costas tied home runs and saves and flipped walks, but he gave up too many home runs to flip that category back to Ben. So it was 14-7 coming in, 12-7 coming out. Close categories. Ben wins by 2 triples, 2 stolen bases, and a home run given up by a pitcher. Costas wins by a walk, 2 errors, and a loss. And they tied in home runs and saves. For Ben on his bench, he goes 19 for 77. That's a 247 batting average with 9 runs, 7 doubles, 7 RBIs, 5 walks that would have won the category, and 19 strikeouts that would have lost him that category, along with 2 saves, one from Kyle Finnegan on Saturday and one from Yariel Rodriguez on Sunday. He plays one of those, he wins that category.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we'll talk more about Finnegan in a minute, and who would expect Yairo Rodriguez to get a save? So one of those things.
Just one of those things. 8 moves on the week for Benjamin. Yuki Matsui was the first up, and he had a bad relief appearance. Gavin Lux 0 for 3 with a run, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Mark Vientos 2 for 4 with a triple, because of
Of
course.
course. Yeah, because I dropped that guy, and he goes to bed and triples.
Yeah, of course he does. He added
Yeah.
Christian Javier, who's on the IL and working his way back. Brandon Pfaadt, 7 inning win, 6 strikeouts and nothing earned against St. Louis. It was a ballsy play, but I commend him for it. And
Absolutely.
finally finished off the week picking up a bunch of Detroit Tigers for the Sunday night game in attempts to get a home run or a walk. He went with Wensil Perez 1 for 4 with a run, Dylan Dingler 2 for 4 with a double and a strikeout, and Matt Vierling 1 for 4 with an RBI. What you don't hear is that he got the walk or the strikeout.
No,
He
no,
didn't.
no, no, no home runs, no walks. Nothing there.
Nope. His MVP this week goes to Byron Buxton. 481 with a 517 on base percentage, 9 runs, 3 doubles, a triple, 2 homers, 4 RBIs, a steal, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. How bad would you want to put him in Queens in center field?
Oh, yeah, that would be really nice. As long as you can guarantee me that he plays the rest of the season.
Yeah, the health is always the question with Byron Buxton in
But I
Queens.
mean, the thing is, look, if you were to get him and something did go wrong, you have backup. McNeil's playing a decent center field, so like
I don't want McNeil playing center field in the playoffs, man.
not in the playoffs, but he's doing all right, and Acuna can pick it at second. Like ah, you know. Plus, you could Buxton could make it for a great DH too.
That's very true. That is very true. The least valuable hitter this week goes to Luis Ariz, a 171 with a 237 on base, 3 runs, a homer, an RBI, 2 walks, only 3 strikeouts and an error. If I had to have you guess without looking how many strikeouts Luis Ariz has on the season, what would
I
you say?
think now with that, I think is he up to like 8? I think or
It's
something.
12.
12. Okay, okay.
12 on the season.
And 3 of them came last week.
Yeah. Yeah. So a quarter of his strikeouts came in 1 week. Go figure.
What a guy.
Yeah, he's been fantastic for Benji. The Cy Young this week goes to Nathan Evaldi. 13 and 2/3, 2 wins, a homer, a walk, 14 strikeouts, an 0.66 and an 0.80. The Cy Young does go to Kyle Finnegan. an inning and 2/3 with 2 losses, a homer, 3 walks, a strikeout, a 43-20, and a 6 over 3 relief appearances. His fourth one was clean in getting the save. That would have won Benji the category, but I don't blame you for benching this guy
Yeah.
at all.
By the way, Byron Buxton just hit a home run.
He did. Of course he did.
Yeah, because that's all he does these days is just hit home runs.
Insane. For Costas on his bench, he goes 7 for 35. That's a 200 batting average. 3 runs, a double, a home run that would have won the category, 4 RBIs, a stolen base, 3 walks, and 11 strikeouts. The home run comes on the first Tuesday of the matchup, obviously. It's Willie Castro, a solo home run with Hae-Sung Kim 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts in the lineup. Willie Castro's been really good this year.
He has, and the fact that he can play, you can put him just about anywhere. Kind of feel like you can find a spot to put him.
Yeah.
Pretty much every day. So.
Yeah. Just difficult that's the day that it happens, you know?
Yeah. It's baseball.
Yep. 10 ads for Costas this week. He starts with Mike Tauchman, 3 for 5 with a double, 2 RBIs, and a strikeout. Nathan Lucas, 1 for 3 with a 2-run homer and a walk. Hae-Sung Kim, 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Jake Bird, who had a terrible relief appearance. Aaron Bummer, who took the L in relief. Jake Magnum, 1 for 1. Luis Rengifo, 0 for 3, and finished it out. Eric Lauer, 6-inning win, a home run, 7 strikeouts, 2 earned against San Francisco. Andrew Heaney was terrible against the White Sox, and Mike Burrows was serviceable in his 5-inning no decision against the White Sox.
Yeah, how about the Pirates getting swept by the White Sox over the weekend? That's ugly.
That is really ugly, although it's the Pittsburgh Pirates. I mean,
I guess it's the ugly beating the uglier.
Yeah, I mean, they won today against the Tigers, but Skeens was on the mound. So what do you expect?
Right.
Yeah. The MVP this week for Costas goes to Shohei Ohtani, 242 with a 375 on base, 7 runs, 4 bombs, 9 RBIs, a steal, 7 walks, and 9 strikeouts. With a shout out to Willie Castro, because as we said, he's been doing things. He had a triple and 2 homers and 6 RBIs.
Yeah.
The least valuable hitter this week goes to Teoscar Hernandez, 150 with a 190, a double, 2 RBIs, a walk, and 5 strikeouts. Trey Turner hit 171, but did steal 3 bags, so that's nice.
Yeah. The Teoscar line is just, for a guy hitting the middle of the Dodgers lineup in a long week, you expect to see something more than that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt. The Cy Young this week goes to Freddie Peralta, 17 2/3, 3 wins, a homer, 5 walks, 18 strikeouts, a 2.55 and a 102. 3 wins over a matchup is very nice to see.
Yep.
Andrew Heaney is in fact the Cy Young. 4 innings, a loss, 2 bombs, 2 walks, a strikeout, a 15.75 and a 2.75 against the White Sox, as we mentioned earlier.
Gross.
Yeah, it is a little gross here. Costas is in trouble, man, and I'm worried that this might be the beginning of the end. He kind of staved off elimination here with this salvage against Ben, because this was 14-4 and looking like it was the end.
Yeah, he definitely made something out of this. He definitely is, I think, hanging on by his fingertips.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I'm hanging on to his ankles. So I understand where he's at right now. I think we could be seeing the next wave of guys getting pushed off this cliff very soon.
Yeah, we're going to start saying goodbye to some teams here in the upcoming weeks. Costas might be the first one to go. I've got him this week, so I'm certainly hoping to put the final nail in the coffin here. But we've seen Costas come back before. We've written him off for dead before.
Sure. So I mean, look, he's never out of it until you're out of it. It's you and then Bobby and then Adam. So like, these are a big couple of weeks right now for Costas.
No doubt. All right, Jason, let's talk about your matchup with Josh. Doesn't look pretty, but it looks a lot prettier than it did.
Yeah, but it's also uglier than it was at one point. Because like I came into there was one point on Sunday where I got it to be 13-7. And I was like, okay, cool. And even Josh was like, okay, I guess doubles are yours, and then they weren't mine. But we'll get into it.
Yeah. On Sunday, it looks like you flipped batting average and Josh untied doubles. So it was 14-5 going in, 14-6 coming out. Close categories, Josh does win by that double. You win by one tick on the batting average and a win, and you guys tied in saves. For Josh on his bench this week, he goes 8 for 29. That's a 276 batting average. 5 runs, a double, 3 homers, 11 RBIs, a steal, 2 walks, and 10 strikeouts. I guess 1 hit for the batting average is about the only thing that plays here.
Yeah, and he benched most of everybody on Sunday. Had he played everybody, he probably gets the batting average, but um, it's hard to really tell. But he was ready to fold doubles by benching everybody, and he ends up getting doubles anyway while benching just about everybody. So, yeah,
That's
yay.
just a kick in the pants right there.
It really is.
Not really fair.
Yeah.
He for his moves this week, he added Jacob Webb for a clean relief appearance, Trevor Larnach 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout, Yenier Cano for a clean relief appearance, Jonathan India apparently right in front of my co-host, 2 for 4 with a double, and RBI and a strikeout.
Yeah, we're sitting there at Kauffman Stadium eating hot dogs, and I go, I didn't want to use an ad. I was already at 7 at this point. I didn't want to use another ad. He was like, "Okay, I'll take Jonathan India," and the guy goes off with a whole bunch of doubles for the rest of the week. So there you go.
Nasty. He added Ozzy Albies, who homered in back-to-back days, but was on the bench, and I don't blame him. He's been terrible this year.
Yep.
And then added Kevin Kelly, who did not pitch, and David Robertson, the new perhaps closer of the Phillies, who's in the minor leagues right now, getting warm for them.
Yeah.
The MVP this week for Josh goes to Kyle Schwarber, 250 with a 357 on base, 7 runs, 2 doubles, 5 homers, 11 RBIs, a steal, 4 walks, 16 strikeouts is a little ugly, but it is Schwarber. What do you expect? And a shout out to Zach Neto, who had 14 runs scored with a 378 and a 429.
I mean, that's the thing with with the long week. Obviously, you're going to see some big numbers like that, but still, they stand out. And 14 runs that's a shit ton of runs.
That's a lot of runs. That is a lot of runs.
When he scored 51 for the week, and there was a point where he thought he was going to give that up too.
Mm-hmm.
So 14 from Neto was huge.
Yeah, absolutely. Christian Walker is the least valuable hitter, a 150 with a 217 on base, a run, 4 RBIs, a steal, 2 walks, and 10 strikeouts. His Cy Young this week goes to Framber Valdez, who's been absolutely fantastic for him. 6 innings shutout, 10 strikeouts, and 0.67. With a shout out to Jacob Mizorowski, who had 12 strikeouts and a win over 6 innings. To give up a solo home run and a walk for a 150 and an 083. But this kid's been fantastic since coming out.
Yeah, I think that was the lead off home run to Shohei, and then he just mowed down the rest of the Dodgers after that.
That's right. I do remember that game.
Yeah.
The Cy Young goes to Mackenzie Gore for Sunday. He was absolute dog crap on Sunday. 8 1/3, a win, a loss, 2 homers, 4 walks, 9 strikeouts, a 972 and a 204. Doesn't really tell the whole story because on Sunday he went 2 1/3 for a 30-86 and a 471.
Yeah, that's 8 runs on 8 hits over 2 1/3.
Gross. Gross. That's not what you want on the long week Sunday.
Yeah, and especially Nationals could be shopping this guy, so that was not a good audition.
Nope. Jason, for you on the bench, my friend, you go 2 for 14. That's a 143 batting average with a run, a walk, 5 strikeouts, and none of that plays. Good job, my friend. Something about Seth Halverson here?
Yeah, so on the last Wednesday, the Wednesday before, the first Wednesday of the week, I guess, he gets up 5 runs without getting an out on Wednesday, and my ERA that day was 243.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah, I walked away that day feeling really great about myself.
Listen, man, you still pitched to a 440 across 116 innings. That's a hell of an accomplishment to
Yeah,
dig out of that.
the last weekend when we came back from the break, I had some good pitching to help bring that down a little bit.
Okay. For your moves this week, you used all 10. DL Hall, Mitch Keller off of waivers, 6 2/3 and no decision. 2 homers, a walk, 5 strikeouts, 3 earned runs against Kansas City. Jonathan India 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts on the bench. There you go. There's that
Yep.
guy.
And I dropped him just so that Josh could pick him up in front of my face.
Right. Masataka Yoshida 1 for 4 with a double. Nick Martinez 5 1/3, a win, a walk, 3 strikeouts, 2 earned runs, a 3.38 and a 1.13 against Colorado. Mauricio Dubon 0 for 4 with a strikeout. Ryan Presley off of waivers for a clean relief appearance. Josh Bell 2 for 3 with a strikeout. Bryce Miller, who's working his way back from the IL. And finally, finished it off with Cody Clemens, 2 for 5 with a triple, an RBI, and a strikeout. Your 6th triple of the week from that guy. Ridiculous, sir.
Yeah, I only needed one of them because Josh didn't get any. But I figured out, you know what? I might as well get 6.
All right. Your MVP this week goes to Corbin Carroll, 275 with a 302 on base percentage, 8 runs, 3 doubles, 4 triples. 4 triples? I think that's more than my whole team has hit this season. A homer, 4 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, 2 walks, and 11 strikeouts. The least valuable hitter goes to Stephen Kwan, who's now day to day. He's back in the lineup today.
Yeah, he had a wrist thing coming out of the All-Star game. He got a shot, and now he seems to be okay.
Okay. Well, he hit 138 with a 206, 6 runs, 4 RBIs, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Shout out to Wilson Contreras' 13 strikeouts over this week. That looks a little ugly, but
I mean, but
otherwise he hit pretty well.
Yeah, everybody kind of did a little bit of something here. Like nobody really stood out as like the hero of the week, but everybody really kind of contributed something. Addison Barger was really good for me this week too, with a 313 and 7 runs, 7 RBIs. So, yeah, it was finally a decent week on the offensive side.
And over on the pitching side, Imanaga is your Cy Young winner this week. 20 innings, 2-1 record, a home run, 2 walks, 12 strikeouts, a 1.35 and an 0.70 on the whip. For the Cy Young, it goes to Yu Darvish, 8 2/3, 2 losses, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, a 5.19 and a 1.38. Shout out to Seth Halverson's 45 ERA over 2 relief appearances. He was not very good.
Yeah, but he did get me my only save of the matchup to keep that tied, so that helped there.
And it looks like he threw 4 starters on the first Sunday when he threw nobody.
Yeah, and so he had no starters, but he still got a win. Like I'm gonna go back to that Sunday because it blew my mind. I threw Nick Martinez, Mitch Keller, Will Warren, and Imanaga, and out of all that, I got 2 wins. And he had no starters going, but he got a win out of Matt Brash. And so we walked away from Sunday before the break, tied in wins, when I threw 4 starters on that Sunday and couldn't even get the lead. I ended up getting wins at the end of the day, but I spent the whole All-Star break going, why couldn't I get another win? And then Ketel Marte, his house gets robbed during the All-Star break, so I lose him for a couple of days. I feel like guys on my team find new ways to just take a vacation.
Yeah. Just an absolute mess, man. But you're still in this fight. You're 10 games out of a playoff spot. So one big win is all it will take to get you right back into this thing. I still think you could fight here.
I appreciate that, and I hope you were right. My confidence is a little waning, but if I can at least get something good against Mike this week, that would make me feel a lot better. I did take a big loss to him in week 1, so I can't do that again. And then it's Frank and Jimmy, Cody, you, Adam, and Henry. So there's no more cupcake matchups the rest of the way. This is gonna be
these are all guys ahead of you in the standings, and all guys you'll have to jump in order to make the playoffs. So it's all right in front of you. You've just got to go and beat the shit out of these guys. So let's see what you got here against Mike this week.
We hope.
As for Josh, he's locked up in the second spot right now. He's chasing Ben as the top two and sort of running away and hiding with these buys.
Yeah, I think so. So he's 6.5 games back of Ben, and the next closest team is Cody, who's 15 games out of first. So I again, nothing is for sure in this league, but I think it's pretty safe that we're looking at the top two right here.
I think so too. All right, let's move on to my beating that Cody gave me this week and talk about that. It ends up 13-7. It was 13-7 going in. Neither one of us played any offensive players on Sunday because we were tied in strikeouts and neither one of us wanted to lose it. So very well. So nothing changed. Very conservative approach. Close categories this week. Cody wins by a triple, 3 homers, 9 ticks on the batting average, and 2 saves. I won by 2 errors and 3 home runs given up by a pitcher, and we tied in strikeouts. For Cody on his bench this week, he goes 11 for 38. That's a 289 batting average, 8 runs, 2 doubles, a homer, 7 RBIs, 4 stolen bases, 6 walks, and 12 strikeouts that would have lost him that category had he played them, plus everything that happened on Sunday. Right?
Yeah, this is a great matchup. I gotta tell you.
Really? Because it felt like I was fighting uphill the whole time.
I like this though. I like that. Like you both took the conservative route. You're like seeing both. When do you ever see both teams bench everything on Sunday? Like I don't know. I like this. If this becomes a playoff matchup, this could be fun to watch.
Okay. Well, I look forward to it in the future if we do end up hooking up for a playoff matchup. But I got to get there first.
Yeah.
Cody used 4 moves this week. He added Jose Soriano for a 4-inning loss, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts, 5 earned against Texas. He added Colt Keith off of waivers, 1 for 3 with 2 runs and 2 walks. Bubba Chandler, who's in the NA spot, and Starling Marte, who's in the IL. His MVP this week goes to Kyle fucking Stowers. That guy was fucking annoying.
I mean, like Jose Ramirez was really good, obviously, but Kyle Stowers, I had to give a shout out to Kyle Stowers because this kid, I feel like every day he hits home run.
Yeah, 522 with a 586 on base percentage, 7 runs, a double, 5 bombs, 13 RBIs, 5 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Jose Ramirez had 5 bombs and 13 RBIs as well, with 13 runs scored. And Xavier Edwards scored 8 runs and hit 342. Like, this team was hitting a lot.
Yeah. I mean, those 3 guys, and look, 2 of them are Marlins. Like, what's going on in Miami right now?
Yeah, they're one of the hottest teams in the league right now. His least valuable hitter is going to go to Colt Keith this week, a 100 with a 250, 2 runs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. The Cy Young goes to Merrill Kelly, who's having a very nice season this year. 12 innings, a win, a loss, a homer, 4 walks, 10 strikeouts, a 150 and an 0.75. On the season, like I said, he's having a pretty nice year this year. He's got a 3.32 ERA and 9 wins.
Yeah, and by the way, he benched him on Sunday for a win. So if he started him, he would have gotten another win out of that. So
goodness. His Cy Yuck is Casey Mize, 3 innings, a loss, a homer, a walk, 4 strikeouts, an 18 and a 233. It was an ugly start for Casey Mize, and it was against Seattle. He goes tomorrow against Pittsburgh, so he should bounce.
And he wasn't very good in the All-Star game either. So
no, he wasn't. No, he was not. Nope. For me on my bench this week, I went 5 for 37. That's a 135 batting average with 4 runs, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, 4 walks, and 10 strikeouts, which would have lost me the category had I played them, plus everything else that happened on Sunday.
Yep.
10 moves this week. Start off with Yuri Perez, 5-inning win, a homer, 8 strikeouts, 1 earned run in Cincinnati. He went tonight as well, pitched very well, but was on the short end of the stick because it's Miami. They can't win every game.
Yeah, but they're winning a lot of them right now. So
I know. Hey, I'll take them while I got them.
They're better than the Braves.
They are. They have a better record than the Braves right now. I added John Schreiber for a clean relief appearance, Daysbel Hernandez for a clean relief appearance, Ryan Stanek, who was horrible, Hunter Gaddis, who gave me a clean relief appearance, Ben Kasparius for a very bad relief appearance, Marcelo Meyer for a random Paredes replacement until I woke up with Tommy Edman having third base eligibility. Then, okay, I guess we're rolling with that.
Yeah, I guess so much for the Paredes talks, huh?
Yeah, that's not happening. Jojo Romero for a clean relief appearance and Brian Baker for a clean relief appearance. The MVP this week goes to Semien, I guess. 229 with a 317 on base, 10 runs, 3 homers, 7 RBIs, 4 walks, and 10 strikeouts. Drake Baldwin hit 348. Acuna had 276 with 3 homers and 5 RBIs, and Sean Murphy had 3 homers and 7 RBIs. Like, it was spread out.
Yeah, right. It was kind of like my offense in a way, where it was like nobody really stood out, but there were a bunch of guys who did stuff.
Mm-hmm. There was definitely one guy who didn't do stuff, and that's Mookie Betts.
Yeah.
A 107 with a 161 on base, 2 runs, a double, an RBI, a walk, 8 strikeouts, and an error. Freddie Freeman hit 167 and struck out 11 times. I don't know, man. Like, if these two aren't going to hit, I'm going nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, these are the guys that you're riding or dying with them. Kind of like last year with Harper and Schwarber. It's this year with Freddie and Mookie, and right now, I mean, especially Mookie. Like did he like sit himself the other day on Saturday? Like yeah, I don't know if he sat himself or he was just frustrated on Friday, and so he was out of out of the lineup on Saturday, and yeah, it's been rough for him.
Yeah, it's been very bad. He has a lower OPS than Anthony Volpe right now.
Oh,
yeah, that's terrible.
Oh, that's not what you drafted in the first round for.
No. Yuri Perez is my Cy Young winner this week. 12 innings, 2 wins, a homer, 14 strikeouts, an 0.75 and an 0.42 off of the free agent pile. Thank you very much.
Yeah, go Marlins.
Yeah. The Cy Young goes to Logan Webb. 5 1/3, a win, 2 homers, a walk, 6 strikeouts, a 10-13 and a 131. How did he get the W? Well, because he just did. The game ended 8-7 and he won the game.
Yeah, with a 10-13, would he give up all 7 runs?
Like probably 6 of them at least.
Okay, like that's not good.
No, it's not. But he got the win. I didn't win wins, so.
Ugh, I hate that category.
Listen, I hate every category right now because I am losing week after week and I am tumbling down these standings. There was a point where the live standings had me in like 9th. I know. I need these guys to turn it around. My offense is just not doing a damn thing. My pitching is now actually doing well.
Yeah.
And now I can't hit.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, it's we talked about Freddie and Mookie. Tommy Edman has also been really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's and that's it's the Dodgers, like, and it's so weird that like they're all slumping together like this. If you look beyond your team, Andy Pages has been bad lately. Like even Shohei has been okay, but not great.
Yeah,
they're just all slumping together.
I just need to see them turn it around here in the second half. Hopefully they'll be strong down the stretch and I can make a playoff push. But right now I'm sitting 4 over and a dozen years to the playoff is on the line here if I don't make this. So
I mean you're what a game and a half above Henry for the 6th spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's razor thin. It's absolutely razor thin. Cody's feeling pretty confident though, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think so.
Sitting, I mean, what are we talking? 25 games over 500, roughly.
Pretty much, yeah. Just they're in 3rd place. I mean, he's only 2 games above Mike for that 3rd spot, but I think he's pretty safe for a playoff appearance this year.
I think so, barring a complete collapse here in the second half. I doubt that's going to happen. So
yeah, because he's going to get Yordan Alvarez back at some point. Like, so I think it's only going to get better.
No doubt. All right, let's move on to the next matchup here. And this was the blowout of the week. It is Brian Lebo taking a 16-5 beating on Ari Nisman this week.
Yeah,
It's a massive blowout win for Brian, catapulting him to 5th place.
Amazing. Like this is exactly what he needed to do, and he did it perfectly.
Yeah. The only thing that happened on Sunday, Ari flipped stolen bases, so it was 17-4 going in, 16-5 coming out. Way to go, Lebo. Great win. And this is the soft underbelly of the schedule where you have to get fat and start to build yourself up. Lebo is doing that at just the right time right now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just masterful.
Mm-hmm. Close categories this week. Lebo wins by 3 strikeouts by a hitter, a loss, a home run by a pitcher, and 0.08 ticks on the whip. Ari wins by 3 doubles, 2 triples, a steal, and 2 saves. They did not tie in anything. For Brian on his bench this week, he goes 15 for 59. That is a 254 batting average with 6 runs, 3 doubles that would have tied the category, 2 homers, 7 RBIs, 3 walks, and 6 strikeouts. It's only the doubles, but he needed to get 3 of them. It's really difficult to get that over a 10-day matchup.
Yeah, he needed all 3 of them just to tie the category. 2 of them came on the Wednesday with Lourdes Gurriel. Everybody hit. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, it's hard to get everything in the lineup, and he gets a +11 this week. So we're not
right. And he hit 271 with a 350 on base, so it's not like he really missed out.
Yeah, 20 homers and 50 RBIs. He had a fine 10-day matchup here.
Yeah.
He only used 3 ads. He added Paul Sewald, Jesus Sanchez for 1 for 3 with a solo homer, and Jake Eater, whoever the hell that guy is, for 3-inning relief appearance. Okay. Didn't really need to work all that hard against Ari.
No, and he knew that. And look, I mean, we'll talk about it, but Ari actually made more moves than Lebo did, but it didn't matter. Lebo was just absolutely incredible this week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. His MVP this week goes to Salvador Perez, who has been fantastic for him this year. 419 with a 471 on base percentage, 10 runs, 3 doubles, 5 homers, 6 RBIs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. The least valuable hitter goes to James Wood, 115 with a 207 on base percentage, a run, a homer, 2 RBIs, a steal, 3 walks, 16 big strikeouts. All right, so the kid had a rough patch here around the All-Star break.
Yeah, nothing to worry about. He had a big day today, so he's fine.
Okay, he's gonna do just fine. And I'll be interested to see if he's not like a 2nd or 3rd rounder next year.
Yeah, I think he'll be up there. I really do. I mean, as long as he has a nice strong finish to the season, I don't see why not.
Yeah. The Cy Young this week goes to Nick Lodolo, 13 innings, 2 wins, a homer, a walk, 11 strikeouts, a 138 and an 062. He was nasty this week for him.
Yeah, he beat us.
He did. Hunter Brown is the Cy Yuck this week, 11 innings, a loss, 3 bombs, 5 walks, 11 strikeouts, an 818, and a 145 on the whip. But on the season, Hunter Brown, he's also been spectacular. 2.57 ERA and 144 strikeouts in 119 innings.
His draft stock will rise next year too.
No doubt. Where did Lebo get him? He got him in the 8th round as it was. So we're talking probably 5th, 4th round type pick here.
Yeah, I see like 4th or 5th round for sure.
Mm-hmm. For Ari on his bench this week, he goes 27 for 112. I'm sorry, man.
That's a long week.
That's a long week. It equates to a 241 batting average with 18 runs that would have won the category, a double, a triple, 7 homers, 18 RBIs that would have won the category, a steal, 9 walks that would have won the category, 33 strikeouts and 3 errors. Good God, it's all over the place here too.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
It's Jordan Beck, it's Michael Busch, it's Taylor Ward. I mean, those 3 guys alone should be playing on most teams right now.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Bush has been one of the hottest players in baseball the last couple of weeks. Like,
Mhm.
why aren't you playing him? Yeah.
And Taylor Ward hits right behind Mike Trout. He's an RBI machine.
Yeah, he's leading the Angels in RBIs. He's got 23 home runs. Like, yeah, put him in there.
Put him in the game, Ari.
And not to go on a huge Ari tangent, but I'm looking at what he has on his pitching. Shelby Miller's on the IL, Porter Hodge is on the IL, and both of these guys are in the starting lineup. So his already short pitching staff is now two guys shorter than
Mhm.
normal.
And Shelby Miller might be done for the year.
Right. He could be looking at he's going to face hitters on Tuesday, but this is a forearm thing, so they're going to be careful with him.
No doubt. No doubt. I don't know.
Yeah.
He made 4 ads this week. Jeff McNeil, 1 for 4 with a walk. Ryan Bergert, 4 and 2/3, 2 homers, 7 strikeouts, a 386 and a 107 against Philly.
That's the
Bryce,
pitcher he picked up.
that's the pitcher he picked up. Yep. Bryce Matthews, 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, and Andrew Vaughn, 2 for 4 with 2 doubles and 4 RBIs because, of course, he needed another first baseman.
Yeah, and again, so that was on Saturday. I'm sitting there at Kauffman Stadium going, "Oh, should I get Vaughn? Should I get India? Like, but I didn't want to use more ads so early in the matchup, and
Mhm.
knowing that there was still another whole weekend to go, and both guys went off the
Both of them
board.
went off.
Both guys had big Saturdays.
Yeah. Ari's MVP this week goes to Gunnar Henderson, 367 with a 394, 5 runs, 5 doubles, a triple, a homer, 5 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Shout out to Royce Lewis, who hit 375. Julio Rodriguez hit 297 with 12 runs scored. It was a nice week for Ari. He was able to walk away with a couple of offensive categories. So
Yeah, 25 doubles is great. 9 steals. Yeah, he's winning that by 1. That's nice.
mm-hmm. Yeah, Michael Garcia is the least valuable hitter, 194 with a 211. 5 runs, 2 doubles, 2 RBIs, a walk, 4 strikeouts, and an error. But everybody seemed to chip in at least something here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even with juggling everybody in. I mean, Michael Bush had a bad week for Ari because he didn't play him, but he's been good. So
Yeah, no doubt.
but that's what you get when you have 1,000 hitters.
Yeah, yeah. Shane Baz is the Cy Young winner this week, 12 and a third, 2 losses, a homer, 4 walks, 10 strikeouts, a 292 and a 130. Ari won 3 games over 62 innings this week. 2 of them came from Carlos Estevez, who was terrible. Yeah,
Wins. Gotta love wins.
Gotta love wins. The Cy Young goes to Porter Hodge, third of an inning, 3 bombs, a walk, a strikeout, a 162 and an 18. That's not a 1.62. That's 162 on the ERA. That's what that is. And a trip to the IL again. This guy's
He's
a
still on
mess.
the team.
He's still on the team.
Yeah.
Yep, he's still going to be on the team, man.
He picked up that Ryan Berger kid. He was sent down to AAA after that bad start. So that was the move. He picked up one pitcher for the week, and he gets shipped off to AAA.
Yeah, the strategy is just so beatable at this point by almost everybody in the league that it's a shame because Ari is a good manager and he's a smart guy. It's just
Yes.
It doesn't look like he's putting as much effort into this as we would like to see.
Exactly. And who knows? Maybe next year will be a change, but right now it just doesn't look like it.
Yeah, that's what's got to happen. He's going to have to change his philosophy here. As for Lebo, he's killing it. Get it, Lebo, while you have the weak part of your schedule and get into these playoffs, man.
Do it, dude. He's got Levy now, and then it's Ben, Bobby, and then Costas before he gets to Habers and Frank. So, there's a couple of tough matchups there, but the way he's going, he seems like he can beat anybody right now.
And that matchup in week 22 against Frank is just screaming that's going to be a play-in game.
That's going to be a fun one to watch.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next matchup here. We're going to talk about the Mikes as they locked up. We have Haber versus Sherman this week. A lot of fun when those two lock up.
Yes. I love the Mike duel.
Yes. On Sunday, Haber flipped on base percentage and untied saves, and he also tied stolen bases. Sherman flipped innings pitched, walks by a pitcher, and whip. So it was 12-7 going in, 11-8 coming out after a crazy Sunday.
Yeah, it's all over
That
the
looks like
place.
a mess. Sounds like a mess. For the close categories, Mike wins by a home run by a hitter, 3 RBIs, 3 errors, 3 ticks on the on base percentage, 3 losses, 2 saves, and 4 home runs by a pitcher. Sherman wins by 4 runs, 3 doubles, and 2 ticks on the whip, and they tied in triples and steals. For Mike on his bench, he went 7 for 32. That's a 219 batting average with 5 runs that would have won the category, 3 doubles that would have tied the category, 2 homers, 6 RBIs, 3 walks, and 13 strikeouts. And he probably could have had innings pitched as well. I mean, he benched a bunch of guys early in the matchup, which I understand. It's a long matchup. You don't need to throw all your guys that early in a 10-day matchup.
Right. And especially, he benched Luzardo, who's been bad lately. He threw 7 straight innings in San Francisco, so go figure.
Yeah. I mean, he's been an absolute hand grenade, so I don't blame him for benching him.
Right.
Only 4 ads on this long week for Mike Haber. 4 ads alone. Andrew Kittredge for a clean relief appearance. Giancarlo Stanton, Zebby Matthews for a pinch hit 2-run double.
No, that's not right. Because he doesn't hit.
He doesn't hit. The pinch hit 2-run double came from Giancarlo, I'd imagine.
That was Giancarlo's line.
Yeah. And he finished it out with Riley O'Brien. I don't know who that guy is.
Mike does.
Mike does. His MVP this week is Manny Machado. 289 with a 349 on base percentage. 7 runs, 2 doubles, 4 homers, 8 RBIs, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts, and an error. Shout out to Austin Hayes, who hit 324, and Nico Horner, who hit 294 with a triple this week.
Yeah. Good offensive week.
Yeah, absolutely. The least valuable hitter is Pete Alonso, 138 with a 257 on base, 2 runs, a double, a homer, 4 RBIs, 5 walks, and 9 strikeouts. We need Pete to be Pete.
We need Pete. Pete and Lindor, they're both struggling right now at the same time, and that's not good.
No.
It doesn't work.
No. Listen, we've won 2 in a row. We've split our last 4. I'm okay with it, but
yeah, but we're not gonna win a whole lot more games if these 2 guys are gonna be going over by 15 or whatever.
Exactly. The Cy Young this week goes to Trevor McGill. 4 relief appearances, 4 innings, a win and 3 saves, 5 strikeouts, nothing earned, and no base runners. He had a 0 whip.
That's how you do it.
That is how you do it. The Cy Young goes to Grant Holmes, who was bad. 3 innings, 2 walks, a strikeout, a 15, and a 3.67 on the whip. He was terrible. Zebby Matthews was also bad. 4 innings and a loss, 11.25 and a 2.25.
Not a pinch hit double.
Not a pinch hit double. Not a pinch hit double at all. As for Sherman on his bench, he goes 12 for 40. That's a 300 batting average with 5 runs, 4 doubles, a homer that would have tied the category, 4 RBIs that would have won the category, 3 walks and 15 strikeouts that would have lost him the category had he played them. So good job, Sherman. Looks like he used all 10 ads this week. Brant Herter, Huascar Brazoban for a clutch save. Thank you very much, Huascar.
Yeah.
He's so underappreciated, but he's really good.
He's really good. But every once in a while, he'll throw a bomb, and you just go, Urgh. But because he's not an 8th inning guy, and that's why the Mets need to make a trade and bring in
a true lock-in 8th inning guy.
Somebody,
Finnegan,
somebody to bridge it to DH.
Yeah, somebody like that.
Yeah.
Javi Baez got added over 3 with a strikeout and an error. Simeon Woods Richardson, 4 2/3, a homer, a walk, 3 strikeouts, 1 earned run against Pittsburgh. Joey Cantillo, who was not as good in Chicago against the White Sox, and Brandon Young, who was terrible against the Marlins. Angel Martinez, 1 for 4 with a strikeout. Ryan McMahon, 1 for 4 with a 2-run homer. Jacob Latz, who was benched, and Miles Michaelis, who was terrible in Arizona.
Okay.
His MVP this week goes to Bo Bichette. Here he is, 412 with a 474 on base percentage, 5 runs, 7 doubles, 4 RBIs, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. Shout out Cody Bellinger, who had 4 homers and 9 RBIs with 11 runs scored. That's a pretty monster line as well.
Yeah, 342 average on base.
Yeah, he was nasty this week as well. Though they have been not playing him every day, and I'm sure that's annoying.
Yeah, I mean they sat him today, but really that's really his first day off in quite a while.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they've been giving him quite a run now. Even with Stanton back and everybody else in that lineup, they're playing him.
yeah. He's got
And
a
and they're playing
great
him everywhere.
eligibility.
They're giving him first base reps. They're giving him center field reps. So he's everywhere.
Yeah, that's great. That's great for eligibility next year as well.
Absolutely.
The least valuable hitter goes to Jose Caballero, 111 with a 158 on base percentage, a run, a steal, a walk, 7 strikeouts, and an error. Is this guy still leading the AL in steals? Yeah, he has 32.
He's got 32, so that sounds like it could be pretty up there.
Yeah. The Cy Young this week goes to Edwin Diaz. 3 2/3. 3 1/3. 2 wins, a save, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, nothing earned, and an 090 whip with 3 relief appearances. If you want a starter, I guess you could shout out Andrew Abbott here for 13 2/3 and a 198. He did not win when we played him because we won the game that I was at.
That Edwin Diaz blew the save for, but got the
win. We won the game, Jason.
Woo! Yes.
Doesn't matter how it happened. We won the game.
And you got a David Wright bobblehead.
I did. I got 2. Benji's got
2
one.
David Wright bobbleheads. Yeah. See, that's much better than the Eric Hosmer bobblehead that I got at Kauffman Stadium that I ended up giving to a Royals fan because I don't.
Good. Yeah, I sold my Ronald Acuna bobblehead when I went to Atlanta with Frank. I sold that to a guy sitting in front of me. So
no, mine was just a giveaway. Take it.
Good for you. Good for you. The Cy Young goes to Brandon Young this week. He was not good. 4 1/3, a loss, 4 home runs, 4 strikeouts, a 14.54 and a 208. Gross.
Yeah.
Gross. Sherman is another one that's like just barely hanging on here. He's looks like 11 games under 500 in 12th place. We're probably going to be saying goodbye to him in the coming weeks as well, unless he can put this thing in gear. He's got Frank right now. So that's a good way to get healthy if he can beat Frank.
It really is like if you picture a guy, if you picture Casas hanging onto a cliff, I got his ankles and Sherman's got my ankles. Somebody's gonna try and climb up to get back on top of that cliff, or we're all gonna fall off of it and just that's the end. So I feel like the three of us, Adam too to an extent. I think we're all just really kind of hanging on by the skin of our teeth right now.
Yeah, as for Mike Haber, he had a little bit of a rut there in the middle of the season, but it looks like he's turned his season around and he is looking pretty strong here toward the end.
Yeah, he's won 2 in a row now, and including a big one over Henry a couple weeks ago. And look, he's got me this week, and then he's got Ari and then Levy. So these are 3 matchups. If I'm digging myself, where he could really make some moves up here and maybe even jump Cody for the 3rd spot.
Yeah, definitely could happen. We'll have to wait and see what happens, but I know one thing for certain: this guy is going to be in the playoffs this year, and if not, it will be one hell of a collapse.
Yeah. I think again, like him and Cody, along with Josh and Ben, I think they're pretty safe.
Yeah. Their 4 seats are reserved at the table. They just need to punch their ticket at this point.
Exactly. Yep.
All right, let's move on to the matchup of the week this week. It was Henry taking down a 12-8 win over Frank Bucco. What an incredible matchup these two put on for us. It was a lot of fun. On Sunday, Henry flipped on-base percentage, innings pitched, ERA, and relief appearances. Just completely flipped this thing on its head. It was 12-8 Frank going in, 12-8 Henry coming out. Great job, Henry. Really strong finish to this week. Yeah. Close categories this week. Henry wins by 3 innings, 3 wins, 2 losses, and a relief appearance. Frank wins by a steal, 2 errors, and 3 ticks on the batting average. They tied in triples. For Henry on his bench this week, he goes 20 for 54. That is a 370 batting average, 5 runs, 3 doubles, 5 RBIs, a steal that would have tied the category, 5 walks, and 8 strikeouts.
The batting average probably flips too, actually.
Yeah, with 3 ticks and 20 hits in the lineup, he probably needs 1 or 2 to get in there.
Yeah.
As for his moves, he used 7 of them. Keider Montero, who's been on and off his team what feels like all season at this point.
Yeah, I feel like whenever the Tigers bring him up, Henry goes and gets him.
Yeah. 6-inning win, a walk, 4 strikeouts, only 1 earned run against Tampa Bay. He added Nick Mears for a clean relief appearance, Isaac Matson for a clean relief appearance, Nick Enright for a terrible relief appearance, Steven Cruz for a clean relief appearance, Steven Matz for a clean relief appearance, and finished it off with Jeffrey Springs, a 4-inning loss, 4 strikeouts on 11.25 and a 2.25 in Cleveland. His MVP this week is Geraldo Perdomo. Are you kidding me? This guy is on fire all year.
Yeah.
It's a 282 batting average with a 378 on base percentage, 5 runs, 2 doubles, a triple, a homer, 13 RBIs, 2 stolen bases, 5 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 3 errors. But we're not going to talk about those.
No, doesn't count. But the 13 RBI is from a guy who, like, he hits all over the order. Like, sometimes he's at the top, sometimes at the bottom. But 13 RBI is, like, from this guy is incredible. He's got 72.
He's got 72. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and he's batting 272. Like, he's having a good year.
Yeah. Yeah, he's been outstanding, and I can't believe that Henry's got him. Where did he draft? He drafted the 24th round.
24th round.
This guy's gonna have 100 RBIs.
Yeah.
That's
so
insane.
Next year, this could be a 10th round pick right here.
No doubt. The least valuable hitter this week goes to Jason Dominguez, a 172 with a 226 on base, 4 runs, a double, an RBI, 2 walks, and 11 strikeouts. The Cy Young goes to Emmanuel Clase, 5 relief appearances, 5 2/3 innings pitched, a win and 3 saves, 5 strikeouts, nothing earned, and an 0.35 on the whip. Very, very nice from Emmanuel
Especially at a time
Clase.
where maybe the Guardians are shopping him. So that's interesting.
Yeah. Tyler Glasnow also had a really nice week, 11 innings and an 0.82 ERA and an 0.91 whip. So he had a great week as well.
Yeah.
Jordan Wicks is the least as a Cy Yuck this week. He went 3 innings, a homer, a walk, 4 strikeouts, an 18 and a 367 and a trip to Iowa. Who the hell wants to go to Iowa? I don't know. But that's where the AAA for the Cubs is. Yeah, that's where AAA for the Cubs is. For Frank on his bench this week, he goes 19 for 60. That's a 317 batting average with 8 runs that would have won the category, a double, 5 homers, 11 RBIs, a steal, 9 walks that would have won the category, and 11 strikeouts. Had a couple of interesting benchings this week. Trout hit the bench for a little bit in the middle of last week. Bogarts had 2 steals on a day, and Adames has sort of been a tricky thing for him to try to get in over the last.
Which he knew was going to happen, and that's why he really didn't want him in our trade, and it's kind of playing out that way because just this past Saturday he had 2 solo home runs on the bench while Bogarts went over 4. But Adames is,
and last night Bogarts hit a grand slam on his bench.
Right, yeah, and the other day Adames went over 5. So he's an absolute hand grenade, and that's why I didn't want him anymore.
Yeah. He used all 10 ads this week, did Frank. Tanner Banks for a clean relief appearance, and then he blew up later. Kevin Ginkel for a clean relief appearance. Eric Orzi, clean relief appearance. Drew Pomeranz, clean relief appearance until he later blew up in the week.
Yep.
Michael Kelly for a clean relief appearance. Brandon Walter for a 6-inning loss, but only 1 earned run in Seattle. Slade Ciccone, 8 1/3, a win, 2 bombs, 2 strikeouts, a 6.48 and an 0.96 against the Athletics. Just a weird fucking line.
Yeah, like they're just like, just go pitch. Who cares?
Yeah. Dean Kramer was serviceable. Aaron Ashby, an inning, an earned run over an inning and a third of a relief appearance, and finished it out with Chris Flexen. The MVP this week goes to Mike Trout. It's the first time I think we're mentioning his name this year. 294 with 366, 5 runs, 2 doubles, 3 homers, 12 RBIs, 5 walks, 13 strikeouts. Shout outs to Dan Raffaella, who had 3 homers and 10 RBIs with a 303. He's been a nice pickup for him.
Yeah, that's been the trade piece from with Matt Olson. But that's been the guy that's really been hitting for him. He dropped McLean. So this is the guy that he's hanging on to.
Yeah. Willy Adames is the least valuable hitter this week, a 115 with a 179 on base. 3 runs, a double, a triple, a homer, 3 RBIs, a walk, 10 strikeouts, and an error. 10 strikeouts and an error is ugly, though he did contribute across the board, just not very much of it.
Right. He had a couple of counting stats here, but he could have had more if he played, if he was able to get him into the lineup for, the couple of home runs he missed. So it was just again, hard to figure out when to get this guy in the lineup. You never know.
Nope. Nick Pivetta is the Cy Young this week. 18 and a third, a win, a bomb, 6 walks, 20 strikeouts, 0.49 on the ERA, and an 0.76 on the WHIP. How you feeling about that one, Jason?
Yeah, considering he was Frank's Cy Young and Framber was Josh's Cy Young against me when I traded him to. Yeah, I'm not feeling great about this.
No. Tanner Banks is the least valuable pitcher this week. 3 2/3, 2 losses, a homer, a walk, 4 strikeouts, a 736, a 164 across 5 relief appearances. It's nice that he got you 5 relief appearances, but the 2 losses is ugly.
Yeah, when 2 of them are losses, that's not good.
Yep.
And it is for the Mets though. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Keep losing, Phillies. Fuck you. Frank is really grinding himself here this year. He is right at 500 in 8th place. Henry, 1 game over 500. He sits 1/2 of 1 game ahead of Frank. This was an unbelievable matchup, and the standings have become just absolutely wild.
Yeah. I mean, even so, if you cut it out at Adam, like the 6 through 10, 11, like is all within like 5-10 games of each other. It's absolutely incredible, and we still have plenty of weeks to go. Like it's gonna be incredible.
Absolutely, this is going to be one hell of a fight to the finish. I can't wait to see what we've got, and we're not done talking about dudes in this glom because our next matchup has one too. It's Bobby Russo taking on Chris Levy.
Yeah.
Bobby gets himself a 12-8 win here as well. Really strong finish from Bobby. On Sunday, Bobby flipped relief appearances. So it was 11-9 going in, 12-8 coming out. Congratulations, Bobby. You just found all of the guys who were coming into the Giants game and streamed those guys. Good job.
Yeah.
Close categories this week. Bobby wins by 2 triples, 2 home runs, 5 walks, 8 ticks on the on-base percentage, 3 losses, 3 homers, and a relief appearance. Chris wins by 3 stolen bases and 2 wins. They tied in errors. For Bobby on his bench this week, he goes 23 for 98. That is a 235 batting average with 17 runs, 6 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, 15 RBIs that would have won the category, 2 stolen bases, 9 walks, 22 strikeouts, and 2 errors that would have lost him the category had he played them. Good job. 7 ads this week. Lennon Sosa 0 for 2. Ryan Jeffers 1 for 4 with a run, a double, a strikeout, and an error. Tyler Phillips for a clean relief appearance. And finished it off with Cade Horton, which was a waste, but he pitched well.
Yeah.
Joey Lucchesi for a clean 2-inning relief appearance. Anthony DeSclafani for a 3-inning relief appearance and a save. and Ryan Gusto for a clean relief appearance. Those were the relief appearances that won him that category.
And he made the first ad, Lennon Sosa, way early in the matchup. I think that was on Tuesday, and then didn't do another thing until after the All-Star break.
Yeah,
all the rest of the ads were over this past weekend.
Exactly, and Chris, we'll talk about it in a moment, but Chris used up all his ads before the first weekend was over, so he was sort of flying helpless into the second weekend, and Bobby could do whatever he wanted.
Yeah, just absolutely amazing.
Yeah. MVP this week for Bobby goes to Nick Kurtz, 429 with a 515 on base percentage, 9 runs, 4 doubles, a triple, 4 homers, 11 RBIs, a steal, 5 walks, 9 strikeouts, and an error. Shout out Randy Arozarena, who hit 4 homers this week and scored 10 runs. Shout out to O'Neal Cruz, who hit 333 and stole 2 bags. Jordan Westberg hit 370. This team hit.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, 18 homers, 52 runs scored. Yeah, he had a nice week.
Yeah. Remember when I had Nick Kurtz. I was the guy to pick him up earlier in the year, and he was striking out so much, and then he got hurt, and I was like, well, all right, he's not coming back, and he came back, and he's been just absolutely on fire.
Yeah. 18 homers and 48 RBIs on the season. He's only played about a half this year, so he's doing wonderful so far. The least valuable hitter for Bobby is Nathaniel Lowe, 171 with a 194, 3 runs, 2 homers, 4 RBIs, a walk, and 10 strikeouts. The Cy Young this week goes to Garrett Crochet, who was fantastic as always. 9 innings, a win, 9 strikeouts, nothing earned, and an 0.33. And the Cy Young goes to nobody because Bobby pitched to a 177 ERA over 66 innings this week.
0.83 whip in a 15-day matchup.
Yeah. 66 innings, a 177 and an 0.83 with 31 relief appearances. Well done, Bob.
One loss.
Yeah. Well done, Bob. Well done indeed.
Yeah. Just absolutely amazing.
Yep. For Chris on his bench, he goes 6 for 30. That's a 200 batting average with 3 runs, 2 doubles, a homer, 2 RBIs, 3 walks, and 4 strikeouts. None of it plays.
Nope.
He used all 10, like we talked about. He added Victor Caratini, 2 for 4 with a home run, 2 runs scored, and an RBI. Jack Caglione for 3. Jorge Alcala for a clean relief appearance, and Brent Suter for a 2-inning relief appearance with a solo homer allowed. Patrick Corbin, 5-inning win, 6 strikeouts, a 360 and a 180 against the Angels. And finished it off on, I don't know, what, the 11th? What is that, the first Friday?
That was the first Friday, yeah.
Charlie Morton, which was a waste. Jack Perkins for a terrible relief appearance. Hai-Sung Kim, 3 for 4 with a run, a double, 2 steals, and a strikeout. That's really good. Whatever Dylan Smith is, who's NA eligible, and Anthony Bonda for a bad relief appearance. 5 ads on that day, one of which was a waste in Charlie Morton.
And one of them,
out all your ads.
Dylan Smith he's a reliever for the Tigers who came up for a little bit, but he's back in AAA. Like, yeah, I almost wonder if he knew that the week continued. Like, it almost didn't seem like that's how he played.
Right. I don't quite understand what happened here, but
yeah,
it's a shame. Victor Caratini is the MVP this week, a 389 with a 425 on base percentage, 4 runs, a double, 2 homers, 8 RBIs, a steal, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts.
This was his first pickup of the week, and this one worked.
Yeah. You know who hasn't worked like pretty much all year? Rafi Devers.
Oof.
133 with a 250 on base, 2 runs, a double, an RBI, 5 walks, 11 strikeouts. On the season, this guy is, he's hitting 255 with 17. Like, he's got his numbers. He's just not hitting 300 like he usually does.
This was Levy's second round pick.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not second round numbers.
No, he's on pace for what, like 90 RBIs, 85 runs scored, and maybe 30 homers. Maybe.
But most of those 68 RBIs came with the Red Sox. Mm-hmm. I don't think he can get 90 with the Giants.
He only needs to get 22 more over the next 50 some odd, 60 some odd games.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess. But it's not good. It's not a good situation.
No, it's not. It's not great. The Cy Young this week goes to Taj Bradley, who has been really good for the Rays. 6 innings, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts, a 150 and an 0.83. And the Cy Young goes to Jack Perkins, I guess. 54 ERA and a 9 whip over a third of an inning. Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Clay Holmes hasn't been good for us. He has a 6.46 ERA across 15 innings this week.
Yeah, he wasn't very good. Jose Barrios, like, again, he got 2 wins, but his ERA was over 5, over 14 and 2/3. So, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Chris is his ship has long since sailed to make the playoffs, but Bobby just keeps plugging along here, man. He is now one game under 500. He's another half game behind Frank.
Yep.
So these guys are locked up in this battle right now.
And by the way, the next one we're going to talk about is also part of this mess.
Yeah. Yeah, let's talk about Jimmy and Adam to finish out this week, man. As Adam gets himself a 10-9 victory over Jimmy. This was another really close matchup. These guys are also locked into this thing. Jimmy's one game under 500, sitting in this playoff hunt. And Adam,
Jimmy's tied with Bobby right now.
5 under.
Yeah, this is absolutely crazy.
It's insane. It's insane. On Sunday this week in this matchup, Adam tied home runs by a hitter, but Jimmy flipped relief appearances and strikeouts by a hitter to draw closer. 12-8 going in, 10-9 coming out. Close categories, Adam wins by 3 doubles, a triple, and a save. Jimmy wins by 3 RBIs, 2 strikeouts by a hitter, a loss, and 2 relief appearances. They tied in home runs by a hitter and errors. For Adam on his bench this week, he goes 21 for 85. That is a 247 batting average, 13 runs that would have won the category, 4 doubles, 3 homers, 11 RBIs that would have won the category, 4 stolen bases, 8 walks, 18 strikeouts, and an error. Whew.
Yeah.
A lot. I used 5 ads this week, did Adam. Richard Fitz, I lovingly call him Dick Fitz.
Yes.
Love Dick it. Fitz, 5 2/3, a win, a walk, 6 strikeouts, only 2 earned runs against Colorado. Mickey Moniak, 0 for 2. Eric Lauer, 4-inning loss, 7 strikeouts, a 450 and a 125 in Chicago against the White Sox. And he doubled up with the White Sox starts with Logan Allen, 6-inning win with a home run and 5 strikeouts, a 3 and an 050, and finished it out with Jose Fermin for a clean relief appearance. His MVP this week, it's Elly De La Cruz. We talk about him almost every week at this point. Mm-hmm. This was a good Elly, 324 with a 439 on base, 4 runs, 3 doubles, a triple, 5 RBIs, 3 stolen bases, 7 walks, and 6 strikeouts. Yeah. Good Elly.
Yeah, 7 walks and 6 strikeouts from a guy like Elly that's a good week.
Yeah. Shout out Josh Naylor, who had 10 walks. Shout out Junior Caminero, who had 4 homers. Brent Rooker had 3 homers. It was a big week from this team.
Yeah, even Mickey Moniak hit 364, and had 4 RBIs and 4 runs scored. So yeah, good offensive week for Adam.
Yeah, Shane Langoliers is the one that we're gonna call the least valuable hitter. 154 average and on base, 2 runs, 2 doubles, a homer, 3 RBIs, and 6 strikeouts. It wasn't a terrible week. He put up some counting stats. Again, he hit pretty damn well. He hit 294 with a 370.
Yeah, with 44 RBI, which didn't even win the matchup, and then 19 doubles and 45 runs. This is a big offensive week.
Absolutely. The Cy Young this week goes to Carlos Rodon. He's been up and down for the Yankees this year, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been exactly up and down. Yeah.
Yeah. This week, 8-inning win, 8 strikeouts, nothing earned in an 0.63, but he just lost tonight to Toronto, 5-inning loss with 5 walks. So,
and the one before this one against the Cubs against us, he was terrible. So, yeah, he's really been kind of inconsistent. He has a 3.08 ERA for the year, and 135 strikeouts and 120 innings. So overall, he's having a good year, but he's been very inconsistent.
Yeah. Tommy Kahnle is the Cy Young this week, an inning and 2/3 over 4 relief appearances, a win, 2 losses, 2 homers, 3 walks, a 48.60 on the ERA, and a 6.60 WHIP. Jesus Christ, Tommy Kahnle.
Yeah, he had 4 outings, 3 of them he gave up runs, and 2 of them were infinite.
Yeah, so he didn't get an out in 2 of these outings.
Yeah, and one of them became a loss, and that's awful.
Yeah, just an awful week from that guy.
Also, shout out to Jansen Junk for 13 innings and 2 wins with nothing earned.
Yeah, where'd that guy come from?
The junk draw.
Good job, Miami. Way to get him out of the junk drawer. As for Jimmy on his bench this week, he goes 23 for 78. That is a 295 batting average with 11 runs, 9 doubles that would have won the category, a homer, 7 RBIs, 4 walks, and 22 strikeouts that would have lost the category had he played them. 9 doubles on the bench. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd like 9 doubles.
Yeah. I would have liked 9 more doubles myself. All 10 ads used this week by Jimmy. Luke Keeschel on the IL. Josh Bell, 1 for 2 with a double and 2 walks. Brandon Walter was a waste. Romy Gonzalez, 1 for 3 with 2 runs, a homer, 2 RBIs, a walk, and a strikeout. Gregory Soto was after the game had started, so that move is a waste. He ends up adding Brock Burke. He then adds Gregory Soto back for a clean relief appearance, Sean Newcomb for a clean relief appearance, Kerry Carpenter, who's on the IL, Matt McLean, 2 for 4, 2 runs, a double, a homer, 2 RBIs, and a walk against our Mets. Screw that guy. And finish it out with Dan Altavilla for a clean relief appearance. His MVP this week goes to Roman Anthony. That's a name that we haven't said yet this year.
Yeah.
364 with a 475, 9 runs, 3 doubles, a homer, 5 RBIs, a steal, 6 walks, and 7 strikeouts. He's been really good, and they really believe in this kid in Boston.
Yeah. Like they really want him and Marcelo Mayer and Christian Campbell to like be that new group of core group of guys. Probably Tristan Casas too, to an extent when he comes back. But I think these 3 guys are like the ones they're counting on. Also, shout out to Corey Seager, who was on fire this week too.
Yeah, 394 with a 500 on base. Yeah, that's a really good week from him.
Yeah.
The least valuable hitter goes to Romy Gonzalez, 091 with a 231 on base, 3 runs, a homer, 2 RBIs, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Riley Green struck out 12 times and hit 226. Brian Reynolds hit 125. Dansby Swanson hit 222. Paul Goldschmidt hit 188. There's plenty of blame to go around.
Yeah. Yeah. Goldschmidt, man, he fell off a cliff, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. Brandon Little is the Cy Young this week for Jimmy. 5 relief appearances, 4 2/3, a walk, 10 strikeouts, nothing earned, in an 0-21. Good job finding.
Strikeouts.
Yeah.
10 strikeouts in 4 2/3 innings. Like, imagine that's a start. Like, that's crazy.
That's a damn good start.
Right?
Yeah. That's 14 outs, and 10 of them are by strikeout. That's really great.
Yeah. Not bad.
Taylor Clark is the least valuable pitcher this week. He was terrible. An inning, 2 homers, a walk, 36 and a 5.
I was there.
You were there? That was that game?
That was against the Mets.
All right. That means
Yay.
you probably won that game, right?
We did.
All right. Yay. Oh, man. Both of these guys are in the hunt as well. It is just an absolute glom right now. And I can't wait to see what the final 7 weeks has to offer for all of these guys.
It's gonna be just absolutely it's gonna be a mess, and it's gonna be a fun mess. Like, it's gonna be like, when you finally get to untangle the wires and you finally have them all stretched out. That's what this is gonna be like.
All right, man. Who is the manager of the week?
There's some good ones this week. A lot of things happened. We talked about a lot of things. I'm gonna go. Gosh, there's so many. I guess it has to be Henry Collins. That matchup against Frank was absolutely classic. But I do have to shout out Brian Lebo. I know Ari is not a competitor, but still he did what he needed to do to propel himself right into the playoffs picture. So shout out there, and shout out to Bobby for moving right up the standings too, and the matchup we just talked about. So yeah,
I'm going to give it to Henry Collins for that Sunday, the way he played it, the way he masterfully got all of the relief appearances into one and finished that thing off. Good job, Henry, flipping 4 categories on a Sunday. Just masterful, and keeps yourself right in that playoff hunt. This is going to be an absolute massacre. There are going to be hearts broken all over the place, dude.
Yeah, and by the way, if Frank does not make the playoffs, this is the matchup we're gonna look at.
unless he loses to Ari or he loses to Sherman or he loses to Levy or somewhere along the way he does something else, because we've still got 7 weeks to go.
It's crazy. Yeah, I know. 7 weeks, but so much can happen. So much is going to happen. It's gonna be a roller coaster.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here tonight, man. I appreciate you.
Absolutely, absolutely. I can't wait. Yeah, this is gonna be so much fun, and I love doing this.
This is great. Guys, thank you so much for being here and being a part of this league. We really appreciate you. Until next time, guys, it's been real, it's been fun, and it is always real fun in the bigs. We'll see you next time.